we couldn't ask for better games in these Dodger Padres games. I know it's a regular season. I know it's early, but these games have been playoff worthy. I've seen some tweets where let's just please start the World Series now. Give Dodgers Padres 25 games and we'll be all entertained. So we're going to talk about that now, the Dodgers and Padres. And first off, it's interesting that we're having this one because the Padres are actually fourth in the division right now. But, we've seen what they've done after that series win against the Dodgers. We know they'll be there at the end of the day. So Dodgers, Padres, they just came off a big series. Padres come back from 6 runs late in the game. I think that's the game of the regular season. Thomas, from your perspective, which of these two teams, obviously the Dodgers coming off a World Series win, do you think is better suited for the long run and can really do damage in the playoffs?
Ryan, I think this is going to be the hardest question I will ever answer in my lifetime. This might be the hardest discussion to have in my lifetime. These teams are just mirror twins of each other. They're identical. It's like you're staring at your evil twin in the mirror at home, and you just see the devil. He's got the horns peeking out from the back on one side, and then you're just the angel with a little halo. I don't know who the heck to pick. This is such a tight matchup, I feel. But I want to start the most important thing in baseball, starting pitching. And having really good starting pitching can take you great distances and miles, okay? The Dodgers have Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Trevor Bauer, who won, as he says in his words, the Mickey Mouse Cy Young last year, Julio Urias, Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin's on ice. Okay, the bullpen's pretty good. Blake Trinan, Brusarol Gratterall, who's a monster. They have Kenley Jansen. David Price is the long relief guy. He's not that good anymore, but still David Price. He can still give you a couple good innings of work when he can. So, and the Padres have Darvish. They've got Snell. Joe Musgrove's been really good so far. Ryan Weathers is coming along. Dinelson Lamet is on ice. Mike Clevenger is on ice. Chris Paddock, I think he's going to get demoted to the bullpen. To me, he's really not that good, but he's definitely another weapon that they have in that stable of pitchers. And then their bullpen is Tim Hill, Drew Pomerantz, Emilio Pagan, Austin Adams, Nick Ramirez, Mark Melancon, Craig Stammen. So, there's, from the pitching aspect, they're nearly identical to me. And given on whoever you like on any given day, it's tough to say. But I like this Padres rotation. I like their bullpen stable that they've got. I feel that their rotation can really carry them. Blake Snell and Yu Darvish. Now, we know Blake Snell is famous for getting pulled early, but when he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. And there's no doubt about that. He's got some serious stuff. He's a southpaw. He throws gas. He's competitive as anyone. He's just fine. Yu Darvish he can throw like 11 pitches. That in and of itself is just annoying to deal with. Joe Musgrove coming over from the Pirates, finally in a place where he will succeed. Ryan Weathers, who's the younger pitcher on their team, he's stepped up quite a bit. He's got a sub 0.6 ERA right now, Ryan. Did you know that? He got a 0.59 ERA. He's actually pretty good. Dinelson Lamet's coming back soon. Mike Clevenger is on ice. They've got 6 legitimate guys who can strike out any lineup, any given day when they feel like it. And they can absolutely shut you down. So from the pitching aspect, I have to give it to San Diego. But the bats, I have to give the bats to the Dodgers, okay? They've got 2 of the top 5 players in baseball in Cody Bellinger and Mookie Betts. Come on, that's not fair. That's literally not fair. That's like putting Babe Ruth and Barry Bonds in the same lineup. It's not fair because they're just going to mash a combined 200 home runs. Now, I'm exaggerating, but they're just that good. On the Padres side, you've got Fernando Tatis, who's probably the most exciting player in baseball. Manny Machado is his Robin to Tatis's Batman. Eric Hosmer, who's got like the hardest hit percentage of baseballs right now. He's got 16 RBIs. Trent Grisham's severely underappreciated. He's really good. And both of the teams have really good supporting casts. So the pitching I'll give to San Diego, but the bats, the Dodgers, this is just such a hard one to pick, Ryan. I really think it's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah. The reason that I like the Dodgers more long-term, it's simple for the first reason is that the Padres, and this is projecting, but Padres will very likely have to go through a wild card game. Mm-hmm. And in that wild card game, anything can happen. They might face Jacob deGrom, who was a 0.5 ERA this season. So I don't want to put my stock in a team who one bad outing, one bad pitch, and it's over. The Dodgers have won, I think, 11 straight, 10 straight, NL West. I expect them to do so this year. They are on top right now. So I like them from that aspect. You talked about the rotation. I think that something in the playoffs that matters so much that we don't necessarily talk about is your starters that don't start, right? They might not have the best actual bullpen when you look at their 7, 8, 9 guys. But having a Gonsolin and a World Series winner like David Price, and then maybe a Julio Urias in the pen who can eat innings is huge when it comes to playoff time. We saw Urias, he closed out the World Series game 6 with 2 1/3 perfect innings of baseball. So I think when you look at that, they have the deeper rotation. Obviously, Mike Clevenger's out for the year. Darvish has a 5.1 postseason ERA. He's kind of struggled in the big moment before. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the Dodgers.